Hi, my name is Susie Bernard. This is my husband, Ray Bernard. And we have a son that is a senior this year, AJ. He actually has been playing football since he was in Pop Warner, about 10 years old. AJ wasn't sure if he wanted to pursue playing football at the next level, college. He wasn't sure if he was good enough, I think, more so confidence-wise. He had been told he had skills. We just didn't, we didn't know. We just assumed that playing-wise, somebody would notice him if he did have the skills. So we never realized what it was going to take to actually pursue, going to the next level. In AJ's junior year, he got injured, and he was out for most of the season. He came back the last 4 games, and he actually came back really, played well, and decided, you know what, I think I may want to take this to the next level. So at that point, we said, well, we asked a few other parents, how do you go about doing this? Does anybody know? How do you get recruited? What happens? Do they just notice you? And we found out through a good friend of ours, whose son also plays football, that, this is a lot of work. There's a lot entailed. Us both working full time, we just didn't have time management to really do this on our own. And talking to one of our good friends, she said, look, call this gentleman, top prospects, they're fantastic. They know how to handle this. They can take you from start to finish. So we got a hold of Kevin Morrison, fantastic gentleman, and he just laid it out straight. Seeing as our son had been injured the season before, it was going to be a little tough. Not saying he couldn't do it, but most of these kids start out, really start the process in their freshman year. So we went ahead and listened to what Kevin had to say, and signed up with top prospects. Everybody has done their job fantastically. I mean, we can't tell you. From, basically sitting down with our son, figuring out, what he would like to do major-wise in school. We found out really, I think his heart was more so at home. He was given some fantastic opportunities that did come up. Northern Michigan was a definite school that really liked what they saw with AJ. They wanted him to come on, and they were willing to, have him come as a preferred walk-on because of his injuries. They wanted to kind of feel him out, see how he did, and were willing to give him a letter of intent. So that was something that, has come up for him. San Jose is another school. So through top prospects, that's given him a lot of avenues to really open some doors that we, I think, just wouldn't know how to.
Yeah, and Kevin knows the system. That's the whole thing, is the system. You got to get started early, and we don't know who to call, who to go to. Okay, let's call the coach. Let's call this coach. Well, it's not that easy. There is an actual system to doing this, to getting into it, and that's where we didn't even know there was until Kevin and top prospects.
And a lot of points too, I think, is the fact that children have, some of these kids have had great great athletic ability, and maybe passed by because they think that school's going to pick them out. And if your child might have great athletic ability, but if your coach doesn't feel that your child is in the top, that top percent for them, and they continually play most of the same players, and they don't give your child so much of an opportunity, although your child may have the skills, it's something that, you can't depend on your coach to do it for you. And that's where top prospects really comes into play. And so, top prospects gives you that opportunity to explore other areas. They have the connections. They know what to do. They know what the coaches are looking for. So, it's definitely something, we were so happy that we hooked up and were able to, find Kevin and find top prospects.
The process, too, like I was saying, and besides that, the mentoring, when he first gets to know your child, he'll mentor him, and he'll find out what schools he'll want or what schools will be best for him. So we narrowed the schools down by academics and athletics.
Another thing, a lot of kids don't feel that grades are that big of an importance. We were fortunate with AJ. He really, football was his thing, and he knew, hey, look, I got to study hard, be able to play. Not only that, but if I can keep this going, schools are more apt to look at me when I'm going to be applying to those schools. And I think that had a lot to do with it. They like a well-rounded kid. A child that just wants to go play, yeah, that's great and all, and you may have the skills, but you know what? They are putting so much more importance, which it is. Gear them up for the fact that, what's going to happen after your career in football and college is over? Where are you going to go from here? Where are you going to take it? With top prospects, they really walk you through a step-by-step process. I mean, basically, from academics, they sit you down, they narrow it, they see where you fit athletically. You know, they create a highlight tape for you. That is phenomenal. I mean, that is really something. It's like, you know, you can sit there with your camera at the games, but you're not going to catch really what the coaches are looking for, I would think, half the time.
Oh yeah, that's the other thing, that he pointed out things that we wouldn't say, oh, the coach is looking for that? They're looking for that on the practice thing, so that was really good.
Yeah, and also just, you know, pinpointing your child on the DVD so the coaches, you know, can take a look. We really like the fact that, you know, they find the schools for you. They narrow it down. They sit down with your child, you know, going by the major. They pick the, you know, schools across the country that are going to fit with your child, both academically and athletically. So, and it's a good match. And we were very fortunate, again, as we mentioned before, Northern Michigan, you know.
Got a preferred walk-on.
Preferred walk-on. I mean, that's something that is key, especially in the sense of our child having been injured. So I think that really says a lot.